as a kid, I almost exclusively watched cartoons, but then when I got a little older, I really got into sitcoms. And man, I enjoyed them a lot. So I think the first big one I got into was Full House, which a lot of people bash, but I don't really get why. I get it, it's cheesy. I never understood the sheer hatred some people had towards it. And I only learned about that later, because I thought, yeah, it's cheesy, but it's likable. And the show with the best theme song was hands down Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which, man, I was really into. I loved that show. It was funny, it was heartwarming, I loved the characters, I loved its silliness. I think that's why I like sitcoms, because a lot of the best ones, there's a very cartoonish, not in a bad way, animated energy to them. So, someone who loves cartoons, sitcoms were a nice addition to that. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I don't know how I got into it. I think it was randomly on TV after school, and then, of course, being someone who liked to watch TV all the time, I found it, fell in love, would record it all the time. I'd say as a kid, my favorite character was Will, because again, as a kid, I liked the lovable troublemaker characters. Granted, I'd say characters I really liked. I liked smart, competent characters, but I also really enjoyed the creative troublemaker who can get away with stuff and look cool doing it. I like, Will Smith, T.J. Detweiler, Zach Morris before he had any critical thinking skills. But then I got older, and my favorite character is Carlton because, man, he is funny, he's entertaining. I actually had a huge crush on someone who was like Carlton, so that probably helped. I love his dance moves. I like that he keeps going, he's always the butt of the joke, and he clearly feels bad about it after hearing it all the time. So you see his humanity in addition to his silliness. But again, I like the smart characters too. He was the voice of reason. He was a good foil. Alfonso Ribeiro and Will Smith had a really good chemistry. They worked off each other so well. They're both really funny, and I like that they could both be the butt of the joke. They could also be the one... Either one of them could be the straight man, either one of them could be the funny man. So that was great. Hillary's very funny in her very, very drama queen way. Having met people like Hillary, I can appreciate her character and laugh at it a bit more when it's in fiction. Ashley was adorable. She had a good singing voice. Of course, I love Uncle Phil. First Aunt Viv was my favorite. Her and she did not get along with the cast, but she will always be the classic Aunt Viv. It's got the best theme song ever. I would say Cheers is a good theme song, but one of my personal favorites will always be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme. It's just a classic. I love how 90s it is. I love how cheesy it is. I love how heartwarming it is. I love those characters. I like when they're silly. I like when they're serious. Favorite episode, I like the one where Will and Carlton end up at an aggressive wrestler's house and they try to play it off like they're entertaining him on his birthday. I know a lot of people remember the one with Will's father, but I tend to like the Will and Carlton episodes best because they were such a duo. Like when they falsely get arrested together, or when they're going on a road trip, or when they're in college together. I love that. Funny thing is, I know that they started off in high school, but I remember it a lot better when they're in college, and that was a lot of fun to watch. I like Carlton's Peacock song. The serious episode I personally liked more was when Will accidentally gives Carlton drugs that puts him in the hospital and he realizes what a big mistake he made. It's one of those moments because you did see, even if they were always making fun of each other, you did see that there was always love there too. And that just came across so well with the chemistry of the actors. It's a likable show. Good one. Funny thing is, every once in a while, I will still rewatch that show. It is so much fun. Got so much heart put into it. It's clever. Tom Jones guest starred, which was great. So that made me happy. Carlton always did the dance to It's Not Unusual. I actually knew the song going into it because I was a cultured child. So then they actually got Tom Jones on the show and I was so happy. Anyways, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's a classic for a good reason.